Now see, this opening is up over my head, and I used to get a 6-foot ladder and kind of finagle it in there and stuff, but I'm going to try just this little 2-step step stool, and I think I'll be able to reach up there. And the first thing I have to do is I've got to score the sides. Okay, actually, I guess I could take these screws out first. There's some mounting screws up here. I guess I'll do that first. Then that'll help me score all this on the outside. This is all the caulking that you do because you don't want to let the air in and all that. So I've got to do that. So the first thing first, I've got to undo the screws. This is such a beautiful machine right here. I just got it. Nothing like using a new tool. It's almost like you've got to find something that needs to be done so that you can use your tool. I'm not really left-handed, but I can do it. Okay, that's the only thing that keeps this mounted. Okay, so well, actually the caulking too. Once the caulking dries, you're not gonna rip that out of there. You know. So the next thing, what are we gonna do? We're gonna cut the caulking, and I'm gonna use a sharp sheetrock knife. I always like the retractable ones because then it's less dangerous. Okay, you got to get one of these. I've had this for years. It's probably 15-20 years old. You know, on my channel, I think I've made a video of how to take one of these out before. All you got to do is find it. Okay, just score it and keep scoring. And then I can kind of pull down on this, and that kind of helps me. And I start from the end here and come back. In fact, why am I doing this without my gloves on? Don't work without your gloves on. And I have some eye goggles. I'm not sure if I really need those. So when I score caulking, I want to go from the outside edge over, and then from the outside edge over. You don't want to keep going, then you miss. You go this way and you miss, and then straight across your trim or something. Okay, that's a no-no. You don't want to do that. Okay. Okay, so now I put my blade upside down and go up this way. Same thing over here. There, now I go back up right there. Push in there and go up. Keep your blade up next to your housing so it doesn't want to wobble on you. And the bottom, usually I've got to score this a few times. Just score it. Score it. Yeah. See? There. Okay. Okay. I think I've got it loose all the way. I'm going to have to check it. Kind of pull on it a little bit. It looks like it's going to come. Look at that. Now some of these you might not get so lucky. Some of them have a little thing right here that goes down, a lip that goes down, and it wants to hit the trim. So if it does that, you have to bend it out a different way. I used to have to take the bottom trim off and then pull it out. Before I realized, just take my cat's paw, not on this one, but a different one, take my cat's paw, bend up here, and just bend the bajunior out of this thing to get it lifted up high enough to then squeak over this and then drop back down. But on this one, I got lucky. I didn't have to do that. I'm looking at this, seeing I don't think there's any other screws in it. It should come out. Just keep walking in here. I always pull them inside the room. That way if I'm on a second story or something, it's easier for me to do that instead of pushing it out. But you can push it out if you want, if you got somebody helping you, let's say. Get it past that outside trim, and now I should be able to gently lift it out of there, like that. You just have to be careful with it. Sometimes these are really rusty. Okay, this one's in pretty good shape. Okay, now, just like that. That's your next step of your project. I'm going to warn you too. It may look pretty easy how I'm doing it, but when you do your first one, it's going to take longer than this. I've done a lot of these, okay? So now I take the extra bit of the caulking that was on here, and I'm going to clean it off this trim. Try to be careful, because usually if you have trim like this around here, it might be pine or something like that, and you might just dig right into it. Now, like I say, most units aren't installed right in a wall like this, and so a window mount is obviously going to be a different installation than this, okay? But you can still get lots out of this video, I'm sure. Okay. Cleaning off the caulking. Got a little edge here, and I can take some of that off right there. Because when I put the new caulking on, I'm going to build it back up. So I want to take this off of here, and plus it's going to help me slide the next one in easier. So I got a little lip up high, so I can kind of take this up high, or I can go up this way. And I just have to be careful not to dig into the wood too much. If I do, I can just stop it and go again. Okay. Okay. Now to get the bottom here. And these openings aren't going to be perfect. They give you a little slop so that you can square your unit up, and then you caulk the excess. Okay. I don't know if this next one's going to fit exact, and I don't have to worry about that. Every install is going to be different. I've got some insulation here from last time, and see, I just kind of put it down in here. It came with the unit, and so I just used it. And I might end up using this for the next one, but if you don't have any of that, after I install the housing, I'm just going to slip this back in. This was for the window mount, and I just kind of ripped off pieces and then fit them in here as best I could. It really doesn't do that much per se. Okay. You see there? That opening is ready for the new housing, just like that.